All right, we're looking at Rock and Roll from Led Zeppelin. Great old tune I've played many times over the years. It's basically your 12-bar blues pattern, right? On A and D and E, where you got a couple A, then you got a D, and then an A, and then an E. Back to A. So that's the pattern that does the whole song. And the intro lick goes, and I'll show you these more slowly later, but for an overview, it goes like this. Then we got G and A. When we go to the D, of course, we got C and D. Back to A. And then we got E. And he does these little chords, which are cool, because it's an A7, which gives that G emphasis. So when they go to the D, comes down a half step to the F sharp there. And then when they go to the E, another half step. So he's playing with those little adjacent notes there by using an A7. And you can throw that in, as I used to do when I play it, as one guitar. Okay, then the other part we're going to look at is the lead solo, and that starts off, all right, he's doing that, kind of that top 3 string A minor, and ending on the A there. So if you're the only guitarist, you can do the same thing there. And then you get into the solo, and the first line is super muddy, really hard to tell what he's doing, but he starts off down here, just a C to an A and a G. We'll go through this more slowly later, but it starts off so we'll look at that, and then there's an ending lick, right? And we'll look at that too. So from the top, the chords on A here, what you want to do, play these 3, and you're using the C, give it a bend. That's that common, so we're bending into that C sharp. And the other common thing to do on chords like this is that, right? So he just puts those 2 things together. So we got, and you come in on the and of 1, so you got 3, 4, 1, and. So you want to rest on that first beat. 3, 4, 1. And then you can just kind of sound it out, right? It's like it's got to jump in after that F sharp. And then you just finish it off. And you're always kind of hitting these 3 strings. Up on the A, down, pull off to the low A, and then you're ready to do. And then just it jumps in there, so you're going to jump in on the D. Just play these two middle strings, so you can do. And we do the same thing up on D. And in this case, I'm only playing up to this string. You don't want to hit that C sharp. That's wrong. You'd have to play like that. So you just play these two middle and do. Then we're going to jump in with the E. Play these three. And then we're just doing play low G and hit the A power chord. Those three. And you're going to go up to C and do the same thing. Now in this case you can play that D because you don't need to do the other lick, so you got play the D chord like that, and then you can do the C up to it. Then on the E, just play these two strings basically. You know, and if you want to put these other chords in, you just got to think about how you're going to fit those in. You know, you got that low A ringing out. Now right here, I play the open D string so I can get into that D lick. Here you can hit the whole E chord or get that high. And it's the same with the solo. You're on A there, so when you finish it off with a hammer on, just hit that low A to start the lick. Now here you can move that A over to here, so you're ready on that G chord. And then the solo. There's like 5 pickup go-arounds there. Just do a pull-off and hit the G. And then we're on the next verse right here. And he does another 5. And right after that, after the 5th one, he kind of hits an A in, because then you hear. So. And then he's just going around and working his way up. And you don't have to be real picky about how many times. You just work your way up, because just so you come out at the right time. So you got like, he's doing this. It's really muddy, but the notes you hear coming through are, he's doing that kind of stuff just on that A, right? And he gets up, and then you hear finally up to the D and the. So as long as you come out with that on the right spot, if you can hear that in your head. Basically just start the second line here. And now it gets a lot more defined, and we can look at it more closely. So this part, we got a couple of these, just pull-offs. And then he does a, like that. And then, so we got, once again. And then he does a, Now the way he gets into this is this timing here. Like that. And then you're ready to work this pattern up the neck. So you got... Okay. Just think that pattern and do a pull off. And then you get up to the C and do 2 of them. And he gives that a big bend just about to the E. And then like that with the G. But then he goes to the F sharp. So we got... So you can just sound that out if you know it's these 3 notes. So you got... And then you got... You're just going to play the G and bend that D up to the E. And then you're going to come down. So right here. Again. And then a bend on this. Like that. And then there to this part. That's just on the pentatonic, basic pattern there. It's pretty easy to just hear it and play it. It goes. Give that C a bend. Like that. And then when they stop, he's just doing like that, a pull off. And I like to throw another E in on the way back up. Well, actually, he does a little more than that. He does. I think he's doing a little hammer on there. So you got... But I like to throw an extra E in here. So you do the hammer on, but you play that one earlier. Instead of... You play... And it fills it out a little more. Or you can just do the hammer on. The important part is to always keep the rhythm there at the beginning. You're hitting each one on the downbeat. Whether you get another note in or not, that's not important, but you want to keep the flow going. So always giving that C a bend when you're going to resolve to the A. And then he bent that E up to the F sharp. And then same thing. And that's it for the solo. And the ending lick, they hit that A7 chord. And then you hear it's very muddy. He's down here. But the clear part is he slides up. He's going to slide up the A string and then play the G and the A here. And do some hammer on. I used to play it. I like playing it down here, but you hear the slide. That's why I'm almost positive he did it here on the recording. Plus it sounds like a thicker string. And then you're going to hit that open D string with the drum for the ending. So what I do on that first part, you really can't hear it. I like to do just a slide up to the G, play the A, and do a roll off, and come back to the A. Like that. So we got...